Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the village board meeting of February 27th. Please join us in our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, Mrs. Thomas.
Trustee Willis. Here. Trustee Colton. Trustee Hyperman.
Here.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Here.
Trustee Roman.
Here.
Trustee Opid.
Here.
President Hofeld.
Here, representing staff this evening, to my left, our village manager Napoleon Haney. Our village attorney Chris Cummings is attending his daughter's wedding this week. Representing staff to the audience's right is our police chief Denise McGrath, Public Works Director John Schaefer, and Assistant Village Manager Tyler Hall. And in the audience is our Assistant Public Works Director Joshua Berman. The minutes of February 13th, additions or corrections, Trustee Willis.
Same.
Okay. Trustee Hyperman. Trustee Harris Jones. Trustee Roman. Trustee Opid. May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved.
Been moved by Trustee Hyperman, seconded by Trustee Opid. Roll call, please.
Trustee Willis.
Abstain.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
Trustee Opid.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. The claims list in the amount of $133,175.64. Comments or questions? Trustee Willis. Trustee Hyperman.
I have no questions.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Questions have been answered.
Trustee Roman. And Trustee Opid.
All my questions have been answered.
May I have a motion to approve the claims list, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Willis, seconded by Trustee Harris Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
Trustee Opid.
Aye.
Claims list is approved. Hear from the audience. If anyone in the audience would like to address the board on any subject on the agenda, please raise your hand. Ladies, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. The rest of the officials on the dais, the seated officials and residents. My name is Mary Avant. I'm from Dalton, and I'm not here to bring you our drama. This is my posse. That's what I call them, their nickname. But we are members of the advisory committee to the People's Trustees, which would be Trustee House, Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee Kiana Belcher, and Trustee Brittany Norwood. You know the turmoil in Dalton, I'm sure, but it also affects the township, Thornton Township. And the mayor was kind enough to give us the layout of the multiple townships represented here. But we are here to ask for your prayers, your consideration. We'd like to take our township back. We'd like our town too, but we're going to start with the township. We feel like there's strength in numbers. So what we are proposing, and I'm speaking with the Chico Police from South Holland. We're trying to put a rally together in April after the weather has gotten a little better. But just so we can be heard, we've got media that has promised us they would cover us. And I'm just hoping we can come to you and solicit support when that time comes. We will come back to you, or at least one of the contacts we've made, to give you the date, time, and location. But for lack of a better word, we've got to stick together and take our township back. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, ladies.
Does everyone have a card, or if you want one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, that's my number. I do it.
Sorry. Thank you for coming. We believe in good government also. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? Yes, ma'am.
It's not on the agenda, so I don't-
That's precisely.
All right, it's quick.
Sure.
Meetings. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I ran into a situation where there were a couple of homeless people outside a grocery store, a local grocery store, and I started trying to talk to them, see if there was anything I could do. It was a Saturday. So I went home And I started doing research, who can I call? And that's when I discovered that all of our lovely local support organizations for unhoused people aren't open on Saturday or Sunday. They're only open Monday through Thursday during business, or Monday through Friday during business hours. So I don't know exactly what I'm asking, but is there anywhere that maybe I just didn't come across a 24-hour number? I did get some advice that the best thing to do would be to call the police. But I don't think that necessarily unhoused people feel comfortable all the time with a uniformed officer coming to talk to them. They're not going to be sure what the officer is going to say. I mean, we don't have, Homewood doesn't have like a community officer that's like out of uniform that goes and takes care of anything like that? Or do we have a 24-hour number that somebody can call when you're coming across a situation like that? Because being homeless doesn't, wait for business hours.
I don't have an answer for you. We don't have the resources in a small town.
Right.
Have you contacted PADS to see what they might offer?
They were closed at that time. They are not open on weekends.
Do you have the direct line for?
Yes,
direct-
I did call
Okay.
and I got a recording saying, we're not open.
No, have you called them since?
No.
Why don't you give them a call since then, or Mr. Haney can call them on your behalf?
Okay, and see if there's
Yeah, and see what
anything.
sort of emergency facilities might be available.
Yeah,
Quick question, were the homeless, the unhoused persons, were they breaking the law? What were they doing?
no, they were just asking for money.
Okay.
They had a couple of kids. There was 2 women and they had 3 children with them and they had money and I mean.
Sure.
So I was just
Was
like,
this on Halsted Street?
Yeah.
Chief, do you want to talk about that? There's some scams that are going on over there.
oh, I don't really feel like this was a scam, but then again, I'm pretty gullible.
Aren't we all?
So maybe it was.
Aren't we all?
Um. That's all I have.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Amy.
Yeah, I understand your concern that it's not necessarily a police matter, but feel free to call the police so we can see what can be done and what assistance they can be provided at that time. And it's all depending on the individual circumstances. What we have found over the years that social service options have decreased significantly. And it's a struggle for all of us.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? If not, we have Meet Your Merchant. We're honored to have Larry Kane, the owner of Jonathan Kane Salon, with us this evening. Tell us a little bit about it.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the invitation. We've been in business at Jonathan Kane Salon and Spa for 14 years. About 8 years ago, this October, we moved from another village here. The village board was incredibly helpful when we decided to move to Homewood. In fact, I think I spent probably about an hour and a half in front of the planning commission because Homewood at that time had a referendum for no new salons. And we were not necessarily the typical salon. We have 30 employees. We are an employee-based salon. We're not booth rental. We're not 1099s. And there was a referendum or a hold on those. So I got to spend about an hour and a half up here talking with the board, the planning and zoning commission, and passed, I think it was 8 people were up here and they all said yes. So in October of 2016, we moved in here and our business literally doubled. We were in an area in Flossmoor that was a errand route. If you were passing by, you'd see us, but unless you stopped for business, you wouldn't have stopped. And when we moved to Homewood, we are right adjacent to what was Susie's Hallmark, right next to Starbucks, right across from the new metro station. One of the best things about my job is I can open the door and I can see Aurelio's, the sign from Aurelio's, which is great on Mondays when I'm there at the salon doing some paperwork and I can order my own pizza the way I like it and it's just fine. But we started with, I think we had about 18 or 19 people on staff. And we're up to 31 as of today, which is awesome. We've got some more openings. We're not at full capacity yet. We are the only full service salon and spa in the area. We do everyone's hair, men, women. We have 3 treatment rooms that do facials, massage, and wax. We've got 2 pedicure thrones. I call them thrones because they got heat and massage and you sit up a little higher. 2 pedicure or 2 manicure stations. And just a wonderful, wonderful group of people that we work with. And one of the joys I have is working with just an eclectic, very diverse group of people. 47% of our clientele are women of color, and 45% of our staff are women of color, which is, I just love that about this area. So I think I had about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm probably up, but you know, it's a great place. There's a competition in our industry called the Salon Today Top 200, and you submit your application and there's a number of essays you do with it. And we have won 12 out of the 14 years. We've been here. We're one of the top 200 salons in the US. So I thank you very much for the time.
Your email address, your phone number?
Our phone number is 708-206-3336. We are at 18065 Harwood, right on Harwood across from the train station. Great big sign, can't miss it. And our email address is info@jonathancanesalonspa.com. And thank you.
Thanks for being with
very
us
much.
tonight, Larry.
Thank you.
Chief, your presentation on Axon cameras.
Thank you. Just wanted to give you all a brief update on where we stand with our Axon products, which include in-car squad cameras, body-worn cameras, and Axon Interview. But to appreciate where we are today, it's important to know where we started with in-car cameras. And the first incantation of the in-car camera was a single fixed camera that was operated by VHS tapes, which were in the trunk of the car. So at the end of every shift, the officer would have to take the VHS tape out of the car, put it in the file cabinet, put the next day's tape in the car because it had a 30-day retention schedule. And so there was a file cabinet that housed all of the VHS tapes. And so the next month, the first of the month, you'd go back to that VHS tape and re-record over it at that point. We do still have some blank VHS tapes in storage if anybody, has a need for that. So we've come a long way. And one of the challenges we found along the way was as we went to that digital, as ICOPS was who we used, as we went to digital, there were compatibility issues. We had some customer service issues, and we wanted to see what other options were out there. And that is what then led us to, if you could go to the next slide, looking at what other products were available to us. And Axon was not the only product we looked at that time. We looked at a number of vendors, but ultimately settled on Axon. And that's just kind of a timeline of how that evolved. In July of 2018, we did a trial of the Axon body-worn cameras. We were very happy with that trial and ultimately signed an agreement for them for both fleet cameras and body-worn cameras. And that was the first time that we had body-worn cameras, was in February 2019. We did the installation, and then it was a 5-year agreement. And in the middle of that agreement, we upgraded to the body-worn camera 3 version. And it's just better quality video and things of that nature. And as that contract expired, we then went to our new agreement in 2023, which is body-worn camera 4, and then Fleet 3. And some of the advantages of Fleet 3 now are that Fleet 3 has the license plate reader in there. So the officers in their car get the alerts if there's a stolen vehicle, if there's an Amber alert, if there's a senior alert that has a license plate attached to it, they get that alert right in their vehicle with Fleet 3. One of the other things that we also have with Axon is Axon Interview. Our interview rooms are set up with Axon that are monitored, and everything, body cameras, car cameras, Axon Interview uploads to the storage in the cloud, which is secured through Axon. And that's all part of our contract there. Some of the other features with Fleet 3 are the automatic triggers of the cameras in the car and or the body worn cameras. And that would be if you're involved in a crash. And those videos will go back 30 seconds prior to the incident. So that helps us see, especially like in the case of an accident, what may have contributed to that accident or other things like that. Activation of a taser will activate any body camera within 30 feet of that taser. Releasing the gun lock for the rifle will activate the cameras again. So we see the technology has come a long way. Again, Axon Evidence, that's our interview rooms that we download into there, and that is the cloud storage. And next one. And so what do we see happening next? You know, I look at what has evolved technology-wise for law enforcement in my 30+ years on the job, and it's amazing. I mean, we didn't have CAD computers or dispatch calls by computer or any of the things that we see now. You know, when we got a call, we scribbled it on a piece of paper, we wrote down an address, we wrote down a description. And now everything is so technology oriented. So one of the things that we know that we'll be looking at in the very near future is drones. Axon has a drone product, but we'll also look at what else is out there as well. And what we hope to see, if you go to the next slide, is also that integration with parking enforcement. We're not quite there yet, but we know there are vendors that are looking at that and developing products and modules that may assist us with that. So we'll be staying on top of that and seeing how we can incorporate that into our community. Can I answer any questions?
Anyone in the audience have any questions? Opportunity, board members?
Well, I have a lot of experience working with and viewing the body worn cameras at my day job, and I think they provide such a great level of transparency. It really protects everybody involved. So I think it's really good.
Yes.
To have, and that the uses are expanding. I think it's a good thing.
Yes, I think it's a great product.
Yeah.
Trustee Hyphen?
Yeah, I'm just glad we're on the cutting edge. Thank you.
Technology is awesome. Thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Yeah, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, this is fantastic, and I'm so glad that you're ahead, especially with the technology, and we're just very lucky. Thank you.
It's a system that protects not only the police officer, but the public as well. And that's the best part.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Next item, oath of office. Chief?
I'd like to introduce everyone to Hannah Nelson. Hannah was hired as a full-time records supervisor effective Tuesday, February 18th, 2024. Hannah comes to us with a wealth of experience, having previously worked in the records division in Olympia Fields Police Department from 2014 to 2017, and most recently in the records division of the Flossmoor Police Department from 2009 to 2024. She holds numerous certifications related to records management and practical knowledge of many software solutions used in the law enforcement field. We're very lucky to have her join our department. She attended Hillcrest High School and Illinois State University, and she is joined tonight by her husband, Dave Nelson, who is an officer with us. If you could step towards me.
I state your name,
I, Hannah Nelson,
having been appointed to
having been appointed to
the office of records supervisor
the office of record supervisor
for the village of Homewood,
for the village of Homewood,
do solemnly swear do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances
and the municipal ordinances
for the village of Homewood,
for the village of Homewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of
Welcome.
so much.
Yeah, on the bus vote, Mrs. Thomas.
Board is asked to authorize President Hopel to enter into an agreement with DACRA Adjudication Systems LLC of Itasca for citation, adjudication, and collections processing software. The firm the police department has been using, MSI, was absorbed by DACRA, and the board approved the continued service with that firm in January of 2023. This new agreement covers the revamped software and locks in pricing through April of 2026. The board is asked to pass resolution R 3175, appropriating $650,000 of motor fuel tax funds for street patching between May 1, 2024 and April 30, 2025. The board is asked to authorize the issuance of a serial raffle license to Marian Catholic High School with these exemptions. 1, extend the ticket sales timeframe from the 90-day maximum to a 1-year maximum. And 2, waive the capped maximum price value of $5,000 or allow an increase up to $250,000. The raffle will be at Rudy's at Bellagio Restaurante at 17501 Dixie Highway.
Thank you. Comments or questions from anyone in the audience? If not, trustee Willis,
Nothing.
trustee Heiferman,
I have nothing.
trustee Harris
I
Jones,
have nothing.
trustee Roman, trustee Open.
I just have one quick question. As far as the software identified 80 streets for patching, did it also identify any of the streets that need major repair? Does it identify that as well? And do we have any streets that need full resurfacing?
Yes, the software does identify streets for patching, resurfacing, and reconstruction. Right now, we're focusing on the patchwork because we get a much bigger bang for our buck. We can do a lot more, save the streets before they actually get resurfaced, give us some extended life on that. If we were to just use our MFT money to do reconstruction, we would probably be able to do 1 street, maybe 2. So by doing this, we're able to stretch our dollar out and hopefully in the future, we can get a good handle and keep these streets up before they have to be reconstructed. But as we all know, things only last so long before we have to do full reconstruction.
Yes. Okay, thank you. That was my one concern, is that if we're in need at this point of having any of our streets resurfaced, do total reconstruction on it. But if it's not if going this route is the best way, then I can.
Yeah, and a lot of times, by doing this patching method, a lot of the edges next to the curb are the ones that fail first. So we can get in there, take care of those, and get much longer life out of the street before we have to do a resurface or a reconstruction.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
May I have a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda, please?
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Open, seconded by trustee Roman. Roll call, please.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
Trustee Open.
Hi.
The consent agenda is approved. The item for new business will be deferred in that IDOT was not able to be have a representative present this evening. General board discussion, trustee Willis.
Hope everybody stays safe. There's, bad weather coming. So be cautious.
Trustee Heiferman.
It's the 27th, which means next Monday, the first Monday of the month. I'll be at Starbucks from 5 to 6, as I am every first Monday of the month. Come talk about all things Homewood.
Trustee Harris Jones.
I'd like to thank all the residents that came out to participate in our meeting tonight, and come again, please.
Trustee Roman.
Yes, thank you for coming. I'm a big fan of Jonathan Kane, so everyone support them and Larry King. And that's it.
Trustee Opeth.
Yes, I just also want to give a shout out, congratulations to Jonathan King, celebrating 14 years in business. That's absolutely incredible. And then also to Lulu Bell, they just celebrated 8 years in business here in Homewood, and they're on Ridge Road. So congratulations to our local businesses. We're glad that you're here.
Thank you. With that being said, may I have a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the purchase or lease of real property?
Second?
Been moved by trustee Roman, seconded by trustee Harris Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
Aye.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
Trustee Opeth.
Aye.
We'll take a short recess. Thank you all for being here.